The Munsters made America laugh at monsters, but the cast behind the makeup carried stories more haunting than anything on screen. From a father hiding unspeakable grief beneath a rubber smile, to the child who discovered family inside a make-believe mansion, to a silver-screen beauty who traded Hollywood royalty for cobwebs and candlelight, here are 15 facts you won't believe. Number 15. He looked unbreakable in those bolt-on shoulders, but off-camera, Fred Gwynne was shattered. In 1963, just before the series, he lost his son, Dylan, to a drowning. You can hear it if you listen, the warmth he gives Eddie, the patience in every hug. It wasn't just performance. It was a father pouring love where life had taken it away. Viewers met a gentle monster. The crew saw a grieving man who chose kindness, take after take. Herman's tenderness wasn't just comedy, it was courage. Number 14. Before the Munsters, Yvonne De Carlo was a Hollywood glamour queen, starring opposite Burt, Lancaster, and Gable. Accepting the role of Lily Munster felt like a demotion to some critics, but De Carlo embraced it, insisting that family audiences deserve strong maternal characters. She painted her elegance into Lily, balancing spooky style with grace. Many say she gave the show legitimacy. Without her, it might have been dismissed as kiddie fluff. Instead, she turned Lily into the gothic heartbeat of 1313 Mockingbird Lane. Her grace made the home unforgettable, a home so iconic that fans later rebuilt it brick by brick. We'll tell you where to find it in America before we're done.
You may not believe this, but I'm Secret Agent 702.
You may not believe this, but I'm Sonny Liston.
Number 13. Grandpa wasn't always given the sharpest material in the script. Al Lewis often lobbied writers to give him stronger punchlines, insisting the character deserved more than mad scientist gags. His instincts were right. Grandpa's one-liners became legendary. Lewis believed comedy should come from truth, not cheap shots, and his persistence reshaped the show. Every sarcastic quip, every spell gone wrong, carried the stamp of an actor unwilling to settle. Grandpa Munster became unforgettable because Al Lewis refused to let him be forgotten.
Grandpa, what do you mean you don't know? Are you sure you don't have a wife in Sioux City?
Man, 378 years old does have a tendency to outlive a wife or two.
Number 12. Eddie never aged on your TV, but Butch Patrick did, with tutors instead of classrooms, schedules instead of recess, and missed ball games traded for long days on set. That could have hardened a kid. Instead, the set adopted him. Fred Gwynne, 40 pounds of gear and all, knelt to help with lines. Yvonne De Carlo guarded his quiet time. What looked like make-believe felt like a real household. Meals shared, jokes passed down, shoulders offered. Rewatch Eddie's grin. That's a kid who knew he was safe. Number 11. Herman's grin looked effortless until the cameras cut. Every day began with hours in the chair, latex foam, face paint tuned for black and white, and layers that trapped heat. Then came the platform boots and heavy padding that turned each step into work. Fred Gwynne still danced, stepped, and beamed as if he were weightless. What you never see is the soaked undershirt, the long resets while fans cooled the suit, the aches in his legs on the drive home, hidden pain behind every lighthearted step. Number 10. While playing Lily, De Carlo faced heartbreak. In 1962, her husband, stuntman Bob Morgan, was crushed in a stunt on How the West Was Won, leaving him permanently disabled. She balanced hospital visits with filming, never letting the pain show on camera. To the world, she was the glamorous matriarch of 1313 Mockingbird Lane. To those close to her, she carried a heavy load with grace. That resilience bled into Lily, who always kept the family steady. Behind every laugh track was a woman proving the strength of love. Number 9. Marilyn was sunshine in a cobwebbed house, and then she was gone. Beverly Owen left after 13 episodes to marry John Stone and build a different kind of life. The production carried on with Pat Priest, who kept Marilyn's sweetness and the family joke intact. But Owen's choice lingers because it's so rare in show business, stepping away while the lights are still warm. In a town that measures worth in applause, she measured it in love. Sometimes the truest success is leaving well. Number 8. People heard the goofy cackle and missed the man. Fred Gwynne was a Harvard graduate, a painter, writer, and children's book illustrator. Yet the world learned his face as the big galoot. Being typecast hurt, but he refused bitterness. Every laugh and stumble became a gift, proof that even in a monster's mask, he chose kindness over pride. Number 7. At first, the hot rods looked like punchlines. Then the letters started. Kids asking for blueprints. Dads sketching garage projects on scrap paper. The Munster coach and Dragula weren't just props. They were craftsmanship with a wink. Coffin curves, chrome bones, engines that sounded like mischief. Decades later, replicas still roll and weekend crowds still wave. Those cars outlived the jokes because they were built with the same care the show gave its family. A little wild and a lot of heart. Number 6. While most sitcom dads of the era wore suits and ties, Herman Munster put on a hard hat and lunch pail. He was a blue-collar Frankenstein, clocking in like millions of American fathers. That mattered. In an era where sitcoms often painted perfection, Herman represented reality. The dad who worked hard, loved harder, and sometimes got it wrong. Through his monster makeup, he became more human than most normal TV dads. In him, families saw themselves. Imperfect, loving, and worth rooting for. Number 5. He never broke character in front of kids, but in the quiet, he broke down. The heat, the lifts, the hours, the expectations. Some days it pressed harder than he could. He confided that the load was getting heavy. Friends rallied. Al Lewis reminded him why the work mattered, and why the laughter mattered even more. Gwynne stayed, found a second wind, and finished strong. Watch those later episodes closely, and you'll notice it. A lighter step inside the same giant boots. Number 4. Reruns make it feel eternal. It wasn't. When the show wrapped, the adults packed up and moved on to new jobs. Butch Patrick was just 13, and the goodbyes hit hard. He later remembered the farewell through tears, not because of a paycheck, but because he was losing a daily rhythm. Lily's call to dinner, Grandpa's cackle between takes, Herman's bear hug after a blown line. The house at 1313 Mockingbird Lane lived on in memory, but for him, leaving it was heartbreak. Number 3. After the whirlwind of studio films and red carpets, Yvonne De Carlo found serenity playing Lily Munster. She spoke warmly about the role, not because of fame, but because of family. The cast laughed, shared meals, and held each other up like true kin. For a woman who had known both stardom and struggle, Lily felt like home. Fans didn't just see a vampire matriarch. They saw De Carlo herself, at peace in a spooky mansion where love glowed brighter than candlelight. Number 2. Life after child stardom isn't easy, and Butch Patrick stumbled more than once. But he reached for help, found sobriety, faced down a tough diagnosis, and kept moving forward. In time, he made peace with the wolf boy in the mirror. Today, he meets fans, signs Eddie photos, and tells stories that honor what the show gave him. He didn't outrun the past. He befriended it. When that familiar face resurfaces at a convention, it isn't just nostalgia. It proves that strength doesn't come from escaping the past, but learning to live with it, fangs and all. Number 1. It feels like hundreds, but there were only 2 seasons. Syndication carried them across decades. After school hours when homework waited, Saturday mornings with a bowl of cereal, grandparents passing the show to grandkids like an heirloom. Flashy color spectacles came and went, but the black and white glow of 1313 Mockingbird Lane never faded. In the glow of reruns, 70 episodes stretched into a lifetime. Bonus fact: in Waxahachie, Texas, just south of Dallas, a full-scale replica of 1313 Mockingbird Lane rises like a memory you can walk through. Secret passages, moving staircases, and seasonal charity nights turn a fan dream into a community landmark. People don't just tour, they time travel. One step inside and it feels less like a tour and more like a homecoming. And it leaves you with the truth the Munsters taught all along. Family is family, no matter how unusual it looks. If this brought back the good kind of goosebumps, share your favorite Munsters memory in the comments and tell us which spooky classic we should dig up next.